Ready?
And we are live for a roundup episode of Game Week 22 of the Premier League. This is a Palan Kavi extra episode. Joining me on the show, my co-host Suprotim Gupta, Anish Dutta, who has blown the views out of the roof this week in the Rantman episode. And joining us from Sweden, is it Sourjya Chowdhury, who's catching his breath right now because Spurs have just edged out Fulham at Craven Cottage, and it's been that week. Liverpool nearly escaping Crystanbul at Anfield. Arsenal comprehensively beating Chelsea 2-0. Sari ball exposed. Anish Datta has a lot to say. Ankan cannot be here because we are figuring out something with his earphones. But anyway, guys, let's get straight to you, Shorja, because the Tottenham game just finished and we were watching at 1-1. Well, describe your thoughts on the game.
I think the first half was as shambolic as I've ever watched Tottenham play. It was quite horrible, to be very honest. But I think second half we did realize the problems which we had, and we started attacking the ball. And I think Fulham had won, like they were lucky to get ahead in the game because of that one goal. And it was very clear strategy from them that from there on they would defend as much as possible. So more position, we had more ball, and we were creating chances. It was about matter of time whether we would get the second goal or not. I think in the last second we did get it. So all in all, good victory.
That's been Spurs this week, right? This season, and still to have a draw, held for a draw. They have won all their games or they have lost, and that's been the difference. Well, did you fear Kane and Son Swiss was going to cost you all, or were you sure that
I don't know
Pochettino?
about Kane and Son. I don't know about Kane and Son, but now Dele will also. I think he has got injured, hamstring injury. He pulled his hamstring this match, so I think even he will be out for like about, I'm guessing 4 weeks at least. So with Dele, Son, Kane all out at least till 1st of February, I think it will be a big loss. I don't know how big a loss it will be. We do have the squad to cope up in the Premier League, but we have games like the Chelsea League Cup semi-final as well as the two Dortmund fixtures in the Champions League. I don't know when Dele will be back, but in the Premier League also we have favorable fixtures. Like I think next few games are winnable, even with our
Well,
depleted squad. But I'm not too sure how it will pan out. Let's see. We never had such an injury crisis before. So
Anishda, going straight to you now, and
Yeah. Prasad, can I ask
some
something?
technical some technical glitch. Uh,
Prasad, can
so
I ask
get
something?
to you straight on the questions. Your thoughts on the Arsenal versus Chelsea game, especially after you predicted a draw.
Anish,
Uh,
before you start, Anish,
Yeah.
I want to ask Prasad something.
yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of Tottenham? I had to put it there. I'm so sorry.
Supro, I would love to answer that, but
I'm
let's
so
do that
sorry. I
at
had to put
the
it there. Yeah, yeah, continue.
end. Anishda,
Yeah.
on to you now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
continue.
I thought that it was a really good win for us, not just because of the 3 points, but because of the way we went about executing our tactics. This was one of the few times this season that our players have actually executed what Emery has asked of them. And the end result was not only a win, but a clean sheet where we only allowed them one shot on target. So that was a really good result for us. The using of Ramsey as the trigger of the press to nullify Jorginho was a genius move. And it's not really a genius because we know that Jorginho is the one who controls the play, the tempo of the play. So yeah, but Ramsey did his job very well, and I'm really surprised that we are letting him go for free. Again, I have to make this point. Sorry, that's it from.
So, Supro, you
Yeah.
watched the game, right? 2-0, and this is turning out to be a tradition, right? Us not watching the game together and Arsenal winning for at the Emirates, by the way. So,
Yeah.
your key points from the game before we go to a Q&A from FIIOB.
I think the formation stands out from this game because we have the players to play the 4-3-1-2 system, but Emery has been preferring a 4-2-3-1 or a three at the back system. But we have the players to play the kind of system that Tottenham play with, as I reiterated this point, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son play up front, and with Dele Alli behind them. We have Ramsey for that matter, and Aubameyang and Lacazette can play up front. The My main concern from this game was that since we played the diamond formation, we might get exposed in the wings because of the 1v2 situations. But I think our midfielders handled that pretty well. And also one more thing that stood out from this game, that Emery altered his tactics. He prefers a high line, but for this game he realized that we don't have the defenders that can play a high line system. So he made sure that we pressed early in the first half, and once our pressing phase was done, in the second half, we made sure that we sat back, protected our lead, 2-0 lead, and the defenders did their job beautifully.
Very precise, Supro. Sourjya, Anish and Supro, we are going to do a Q&A from FIIOB.
Okay.
And Sourjya, let's go straight to you. The very first question by Shreyas. Can Liverpool and Spurs manage without January signings this season? Well, Spurs, since it's Spurs, yeah, on to you.
I think Spurs are already managing without a signing. So I don't think so. Like if we, and historically, since Pochettino has come, I think we have made only two signings in January. That was, one was Dele Alli and one was Lucas Moura. So we generally don't sign any players. And I think before that, the last player which we signed in January was Lewis Holtby in 2013. So I personally don't see ourselves signing any player in January, and I think we will just continue as it is. But now that Delhi has got injured, there might be some kind of reaction to it, because if Delhi is injured, then we are seriously depleted.
Delhi, okay, yeah. We kind of missed the last part because we were setting up the link. So that's something new. Yeah. So
yeah, I think Dele got his hamstring injured. So if it's serious, then I think then that might pull a reaction to the Tottenham board, and we might be forced into the market.
Tottenham are linked to some striker from Hull City as well.
Yeah, Jared Bowen, but I don't think so. All that is, we are linked to a lot of players, but I don't know who we. Even if we do get anybody, that's a question mark. But if we had a squad as it was, like Kane, Son, and Ali, if they were there with us, then I think we would have gone without signing any player. As for Liverpool, if they are seriously into title chase, then it depends upon their Champions League progress also. What they would prioritize. I think they would prioritize the league because they are in this position after a long time. So if they want, I think they have to sign a central defensive player. But apart from that, I don't think so. They need any kind of addition.
Okay. I hope we had Ankan here, but Anishda, let's have you take one question and Supro the other. Going to you first, Anishda. Do Man United actually look like a deserved top 4 team now?
I think so. Man United has a really great squad, and the way Soulja is playing, he's really utilizing the strengths of the squad. We all know that they have some excellent attacking players, and I don't know why, but Mourinho has always been inclined to adopt a safety first approach. But now that we see Soulja has come, so his team are trying to win the ball very soon after giving away possession and start an attack again. And this kind of approach has really helped them because this is what they are suited to best. And I think that, now the way they are playing, they are definitely contenders for the top 4, especially with the form Chelsea are showing or the inconsistency of Arsenal. Definitely, they are top 4 contenders.
Supro, going to you now. Do you actually see this change that Ole has brought for long term, or is it just temporary?
Right now they're doing well, so I have to say it is temporary because I'm not sure whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be the permanent manager of Manchester United next year. But at the moment, he's doing just enough to make sure that Manchester United are sniffing from the top 4 places. They also have a double-legged tie versus PSG in February. Well, not many are expecting anything from Manchester United in the Champions League, but surely their priority is the Premier League. And at the moment, he's getting his tactics right. He has won the trust of the players. And the players want to play for him, most importantly. So Manchester United clear in the top 4 title race.
Sourjya, Vedang Raul asked a lot of questions. The first one I'm going to ask every one of you at the end of the episode, but this one is that how are Spurs going to cope money wise for the coming seasons now that the new stadium is almost ready?
To be very honest, I don't know, and that depends upon who stays in the club and who doesn't. If Pochettino stays, I think we will still see a conservative way of spending. Pochettino is that type of manager who would never, at least I think so. Whatever I've seen of him, 5 seasons, I don't think so. He's a manager who would like to spend 300 million, even if he has that. I think he's a manager who would want to, if the right player is there in the club, he will give him the chance.
Hmm.
So even if he was at Madrid or City, I don't see a manager like him spending that much. So it comes down to who is the manager at that time. If Pochettino stays, then I think we will spend sufficiently enough to probably get onto a title race. But I don't see us going over the top. Uh,
Okay, yeah. So the next question to you straight away again is who do you want Spurs to sign if they can sign multiple players or even one player? The
I think
targets.
our biggest priority should be midfielder because I think it has been a very long time since we have had any cover for Ericsson. So and we seriously lack in that department. So if we have to sign a player, I think it will be a central midfield player, and we have been linked to. I mean, we were seriously scouting Barkley and Jack Grealish in the last two windows, and we did not get them. So the priority is very clear from everyone, like in the club, that we do need a central midfielder who can attack also. But we for several reasons we have never got them. So I think if we have to sign one, I think it has to be Ericsson's future replacement probably. But and in multiple cases, then I would say sign a right back instead of Trippier or Aurier. Both are very good.
Okay. Well, a United fan asking you, Vedang is asking you, his fourth question is if Pochettino ever manages United, do you think he'll be more successful than he was at Spurs? And chances of him taking over at United next season? Question mark.
I think next season is 0%, but after that season, I don't know how what happens. But again, it comes down to how you define success as. Success, say, for a club like United could be like delivering trophies as many as possible. But for us, I think I shared a picture a few days back where we were like 20th in the table after 21 games in 2008. So that is success for us right now for the board, like to from grow from that position to where we are right now, consistently finishing in top four, consistently getting the Champions League spots. So if that is success for a club like United after Ferguson, then fine. I think he will probably do even better with the players he has at his disposal. But since he has never won a trophy, I don't know whether he can deliver in the big matches, especially like the Champions League and stuff like that. But I think if he is at the right club with the right people around him, he can deliver success.
Anishda, you have a smirk on your face. Would you like to add something there?
Sourjya is basically telling United fans that leave our manager alone. He's not good enough. Just go for someone else.
Anishda, coming to you then. Uh, Victor Lindelof and Ander Herrera. How do you rate them and their performance under Ole?
I think Lindelof has always been a promising player, good ball playing defender, but he has not been suited to Mourinho's systems. But right now, under Ole, he is finally finding his groove, and he has been actually been quite great. Under Herrera, see, before he joined United, he was a quality player, but at United, for some reason or the other, he could not find the consistency. He would have some good performances, but then again, he would go on on an indifferent run. But right now he's playing well. But then again, we have to see if he can keep this form up because history tells us otherwise. So that's one doubt.
Supro, here's one question for you, and it's about Alexander Lacazette.
Yeah.
Do you think Alexander Lacazette is the most underrated striker in Europe at the moment?
Well, saying that underrated striker in Europe is, a bit far-fetched because there are a lot of strikers in Europe who score a similar amount of goals but are not popular. But he's certainly underrated in the Premier League. because we don't see him being told, spoken in the same breath as like Aubameyang or even Lukaku last season, or even Morata was so hyped last year and he has been criticized so much this year. So yeah, he's a bit underrated in the Premier League, and we saw it last night when he scored a fantastic goal. Just took three touches inside the box, exploited minimal space that he had, and scored that fantastic goal. So I would say that he's underrated in the Premier League for sure, but I'm not sure whether he's underrated in the Euro because he was spotted by some big clubs like Atletico Madrid and PSG.
Hmm. Shorja, one of the questions here is: do you think, from Ananyo, do you think Spurs can hold on to Kane and Eriksen if they fail to win major honors in the next couple of seasons?
I think for Ericsson, it doesn't even matter about trophy or the money. I think Ericsson is a player who has been at. I think he was at 30,000 a week for the first 4 years at the club. So I don't think so. Money drives him or trophies are an ambition for him. But I think he is only wanting that move to Real Madrid or Barcelona if the club calling. I think we are ready to offer him as much as we can. Like I think there were reports that we are close to offering him about 200,000 a week or 250,000 a week, about that range. But I don't think so. Money is the issue, or the trophies, or the team also is an issue. I think the issue is that if Real Madrid or Barcelona comes calling, I think he will leave maybe this season or the next season. But if they don't during the next 2 years, I think he will stay at Tottenham for at least the next couple of seasons. As for Kane, I think he just wants to break the Shearer record as long as he is in the Premier League and then probably make a move somewhere. I don't
Well,
see Kane leaving.
okay. And how long is he expected to be out? By the way,
Who Kane?
yes, Harry Kane.
Uh, the club social media account tweeted that he would return to training in early March. So I'm guessing at least till 7th of March he will be out, which is
Hmm.
like about 1.5 months now, 6 weeks.
Well, Anishda, one more question for you. What suddenly changed after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's management, and did the players stop playing for Mourinho?
I think under Solskjaer, the players are not afraid to make a mistake because they know that they have a supportive manager who would not judge them or condemn them because of their mistakes on field. With this belief of the manager in them, so they are afraid. They are not afraid to try out more things. They are trying out new things. They are being experimental and ambitious, and this is working out for them because those are some quality players. And once you allow them to express themselves, you can see their full potential. And I think that's been the biggest difference.
Well, I have just three more questions, and I'm going to go to one of you, one each. Supro, going with you, because this is a Liverpool question. Should Liverpool go on to win the Premier League? Can they be called the greatest club in England? Question mark.
Greatest club in England.
Yes.
Yeah, wow. I don't think they will be called the greatest club in England, but sure they will be called as the giant who was sleeping for so long. Now they're woken awake under a revolutionary manager in Jurgen Klopp. So obviously they have won the most Champions League titles in England. So I'm not sure whether they will call the greatest club in Europe. That currently is Manchester United's crown, as Manchester United fans like to tell everyone. But yeah, let's see. The media calls them a lot of things, and I won't be surprised if the media calls them greatest club in England.
Like they did, like when they lost to Wolves, it was Liverpool B.
Yeah.
But if it was Arsenal or if it was United, it was shambles at the club. Something, a headline on that sort. Sorja, do you have a different take on that? Will Liverpool be called the greatest club in England if they go on to win the PL?
Today I saw a tweet that is Van Dijk better than Maldini, so I think it answers itself. So if people are already tweeting out stuff like is Van Dijk better than Maldini, I don't think I have to answer your question. I think irrespective of what we think, there will be the media hype already. If there will be the greatest manager, the greatest team in England, in world, I think a lot of things will come. That's why none of the fans want them to win. People don't understand that. People think
Hmm.
that we don't want them to win because we are jealous about the team, or no, the team is fantastic. The manager is amazing. The players are amazing. We
The
just don't
fans
want them to win because of the fans.
unbearable.
Yeah.
But, but the thing is,
Anisa?
Prasad,
Yeah.
I surely think that it will be one of the greatest achievements in the Premier League because the way Manchester City have spent it and the team that they have, in beating them to the title after the season they had. achieving 100 points and then going on to beat them. That would be a good achievement. That would be one of the greatest achievements in the Premier League. I can agree to that, but greatest team in England, that's a bit far-fetched.
Anish, the same question to you.
Yeah, so I think that people don't want Liverpool to win because of Liverpool, because they think Liverpool fans will go on about this forever. We will never hear the end of this. But then again, we all go on about it. We still go on about the Invincibles. United fans still go on about the treble, and most of them didn't even see the treble. And so I think that if they do it, it's their right to go on about it, because think of the number of years, barren years they've had, and they are still stuck by the club through thick and thin. And Liverpool fans are some of the most loyal ones and some of the most passionate ones I know. So I'll be happy for them if they do win.
Well, Sourjya, before we go to the prediction question and how the clubs will finish, here's a question on Spurs. What should be Pochettino's priorities with the injuries now at this point, and what is the order of priority for Tottenham in terms of active competitions?
I think the priority is very clearly set right now. I think with all the injuries we have, get top four, and if possible, proceed to the League Cup final and try to win it. Although it will be against City, but it's a final, so you never know what will happen. If we get a domestic cup and top four, I think it will be a huge achievement with not signing anybody and with the injuries we have had. I don't expect us to progress much in the Champions League. Probably we get knocked out by Dortmund, to be realistic. But League Cup is a possibility, and getting top four. As for coping with injuries, as I said before, also I don't expect us to sign anybody. But today's injury could force us to the market and go and buy a player. But I don't think so. Maybe loan someone and make one permanent signing, but not more than that.
Anish Da,
Yeah.
Sourjya, Suprotim, thank you for your time. But before we go, here's one final question. Going straight to Anish Da, you first. Who's going to win the league? And what are your top six predictions, second to sixth? This is from Vedang.
Yeah, okay. I think Liverpool will win the league. This team just has too much quality, and and they seem to have the mental fortitude to hold on. And second to sixth, I think Man City, Spurs, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Arsenal in that order.
That's Anish. Well, Supro, on to you.
Yeah, as I've said before, Liverpool, I think, will win the league this year, and followed by runners-up as Manchester City, third position to Tottenham, fourth to probably Chelsea now, or maybe Arsenal. But if not Arsenal, fifth Arsenal and sixth Manchester United.
All right. Sourjya.
I think whatever the table is right now, I think it will end up like that. So probably Liverpool winners, second City, third Tottenham, fourth or fifth is the thing which can be upside down. Like it can be Arsenal or Chelsea, I don't know, but I think United will remain at sixth. I think so. I don't know. I might be wrong, and I might face a lot of criticism from the fans also for saying this. But
Let's hope for all of our sake that it does.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's about it from the Q&A. We've answered all the questions. Are we getting any on the live chat? That's the question. But no, we have done everything. So we kind of don't have a Chelsea fan here, and we would like to do one episode later. The Rantman is not here, by the way. We had him for the last episode. But Sourjya, thank you so much for tuning in from Sweden on such a short notice. Anish Da, thank you for waiting so much. We really had some problems. Supro, kudos to you for setting up that link. Otherwise, the echo would have been, man, it would have been so annoying. So the game week 23 is up. Spurs just edge out Fulham and remain third, while they maintain pressure on City, who late before won at Huddersfield, 3-0 winners. Liverpool, as I said, avoided a Crystanbul and remain at the top, 4 points clear at the top. Arsenal beat Chelsea 2-0 to narrow down the gap to 3 points. And United, who didn't keep a clean sheet this time, David De Gea saved a lot last week, but didn't keep one clean sheet this time, and they win 2-1 winners over Brighton. Well, that was a fun episode, a review episode from the Premier League Roundup. Sourjya, I hope we can have you for an NLD pre-game and post-game as well in the future, in Mars, that is.
Prasad,
Any thoughts?
before we finish, You
Yeah.
haven't answered my question yet. So.
What was your question again?
What do you think of Tottenham?
What do you think? What do I think of Tottenham? It's shit.
Oh my God.
Well, so some healthy banter, some Anish Dutta's smirk just reminds me of the Angry Rantman episode where he got to him. So, guys, once again, thank you so much. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope we can see you again next weekend, probably. So that's all from this special episode of the Panenka View. Keep following us, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you share this link in FIIOB. Signing off.
Chalo, bye.
Bye.